All right, Naya, Thran, Dinos. So this stream we hit a variety of things. One of the things we hit in that variety of things are things that aren't so much competitive, so much they're just like trying to do a thing that's kind of sweet. This deck falls into that latter camp. We've got the Thran Temporal Gateway with a variety of legendary dinos up here at the top end, and a smattering of ramp spells to get to the gateway a little bit sooner. Let's go ahead and dive into some matches, shall we? How big is the modern playable card pool? How many cards are big enough? I don't have an answer to that question without doing research. So when things have when questions have factual answers that I could give you based on data, I don't like to make things up offhand, so I just don't know is the answer. Just James KS, thank you for the 3-month resub. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Well, it is kind of a good question, Burgle, because I don't think it's a question you can even just strictly Google, right? Like, I'd be surprised if anybody has metrics on that offhand. I do think it's an interesting question. It's just a question that should have a data-driven answer, and I don't have a data-driven answer, so I'd rather just, like, not make something up. Thanks for the 2 months, Big Jeffrey. No, I think they were talking about like how many cards like actually see play, like of the decade and a half worth of sets, like how many cards are playable out of them, not just legal. At least that's how I took the question to be. MTG top 8 lists 963 cards in the top 8 over the last 2 months. Biased data, but not a random guess. I don't even know if that's that biased. That's probably a relatively okay metric. Hey, Myth Carrion, thanks for the 3 months. I appreciate the quarter of year. Welcome back. Sorry, Smurf. Try refreshing your browser page if you haven't already. I was wondering, you said you would have to put some time into the green blacklist. I was wondering how many cards you'd have to consider. Well, so like, putting thought into my preferred iteration of a specific deck. Dopey Eyes, thanks for the 3 months. I appreciate the quarter of year. Welcome back. Isn't even just about putting thought into something like that. Isn't even just about necessarily how many cards you consider, so much as like the combination of those cards, right? The overlay is not on. It totally isn't. All right, you might have to refresh for the overlay to start working for you. I had it off for the streamer event on Thursday. I forgot to turn it back on. It started working without a refresh. Excellent. That one. Block. Gobble, gobble. Steal this. Ugh. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Chat, they've taken our memes. Hide your memes, chat. They're coming for them. No, they took this with the Thief of Sanity. How'd the streamer event go? You can't find it on YouTube because it went very poorly. It was me losing for 2 matches very quickly that I didn't bother to put them on YouTube. Congrats, Smurf. The judge test is exciting. Their lizard is bigger than our lizard. Yep. And like my future Thran gateways are no good now. That being said, at least the Primal Dawn sits here and, like, stares it down, right? Oh, it tramples. But if they want to attack, I could, like, double block and then first strike it down. Hey, thanks for the biddies, Rabbit. Happy Monday. Hope you're having a good start to your week. I would love a land. Thanks for the ramp. This gives me enough to play my Sun's Avatar next turn, which is still too small to attack into this. So I'm not quite sure. I'm not quite sure where we're going. Yeah, chat, this has reach. Attacking with this doesn't do anything. Yeah, I think we have to go wide around this, which doesn't It's funny how they can only activate the ability that doesn't matter. I agree. I think there's only one Zacama in my deck too, right? I have a Ghalta in my deck. Yeah, I really don't have a good way to punch through here. Main deck Disdainful Stroke. Yikes. No, Incubation Druid only makes mana that's a color of lands you control could produce, SC. Yeah, LT would theoretically let me hit removal off the top of their deck. That's true. Yeah, the Growth Chamber Guardian means going wide probably isn't possible. Yeah, they borrowed our Dino Burgle. It's really unfortunate. What if I attack them with everything here? It probably doesn't boast good results for me, right? There's only one Zacama in our deck, too. It's such a tilt. It's so sad that our own Dino was used against us. At least it was a dinosaur that won that game, right? We don't really have cards for a mid-range matchup in our sideboard, huh? I guess Carnage Tyrant's probably fine. I suppose if they, like, hadn't taken R1 Zacama, we probably would have been okay there. No, the deck doesn't need a Trample Mammoth. I mean, like, what are they doing with Reclamation, right? It seems like they're playing a pretty fair Reclamation. I'm not sure that I care about killing that card. Hey, C4, thanks for the quarter of a year. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Yeah, this meme is not friendly on the wallet. This is not a wallet-friendly meme. All right, we just need to draw a second land on 2 and we'll be good to go. Perfect. Never didn't have it. Yeah, someone shared that one earlier. I don't know, could be an okay sideboard card. It depends on how playable Planeswalkers are. That was not the land I wanted for Christmas, unfortunately. I guess we'll take one hit here, but probably dead. I think as long as both Mono Red and Wilderness Reclamation exist in Standard, I think people are severely overestimating how playable a bunch of these Planeswalkers are going to be. It is incredibly difficult, if not just straight up impossible, for these kind of mopey mid-range decks to exist in a format where they have to compete with a combo deck and aggressive decks that are getting under them consistently. My opponent discarded 2 non-lands, and then this obviously is the land because they couldn't play a land, and then we didn't draw a land for the turn. Yikes. Trading a cast down for the Elder Spell doesn't really make sense in my mind, mix and match. Like, cast down and Elder Spell, those are cards for different slots, right? I'm going to take a flying guess that Planeswalkers will be a fun, yet infuriating and limited as enchantments with slight upside and be unplayable in Standard. Yeah, that's probably not an unreasonable prediction. I assume they're going to cast a counterspell and just, like, ruin all of our fun. Thanks. What's going on, dude? Like, yeah, the weekend was swell. The weekend was swell. A little bit of snow making it a little bit longer yesterday, but fine otherwise. I'd like to know more. Well, I mean, a slot is just a slot is Magic jargon for a card, right? Like, so like, the way you want to think about your sideboard when you're constructing your sideboard is in specific matchups, you have certain cards that are bad, so you need that many cards to bring in. So, for example, let's say you're playing a given deck, and that deck has 6 cards that are bad against aggro decks. So that means you want 6 cards or 6 slots in your sideboard to bring in the aggressive matchups to replace the cards that are otherwise bad. And, like, Cast Down is a card that could be good against an aggressive deck. So if you cut a card from your sideboard that's good in the aggressive matchups for cards that aren't good in the aggressive matchups, now all of a sudden you don't have the right number of cards to bring in as you want to take out. So, like, when you build a sideboard, you shouldn't just say, my deck's bad against these things, so I want more cards because I'm worse against these things. You want to look at your deck as a whole and say, okay, how many things do I want to cut here, and how many things do I have to bring in? And you want those things to line up. So the number of things you're cutting should line up with the number of things you're bringing in. That's the correct way to approach building a sideboard, in my experience. So I can fart this, play Drove. I guess I could actually just leave this back, huh, on defense? Nah, I'm gonna play Drover out. Just in case they have, like, a Baffling End or a Conclave Tribunal for the Druid next turn. Yeah, and I think part of the problem is, like, people don't view their sideboard. People have a hard time getting a grasp on using sideboards, especially when they're first starting out in Magic, aren't viewing the sideboard as an extension of their main deck. They're viewing it as the separate thing, when in reality, the building of your sideboard and your main deck should go hand in hand. They're both pieces to the same puzzle. It's also possible I should have let on Lyra last turn to, like, beta removal spell, potentially. They have, like, another piece of enchantment removal here. We could be in trouble. Although I suppose they need 2 more, right? Because if they ice this Lyra, I have another one to play out after. Flying, Vigilance, Lifelink. Sure. Morning Sizzle. Yeah, I mean, the altars and client are just, like, fantastic, right? Like, people have been paying to, like, make their cards borderless in paper for a long time. So, like, having the promos just be that is so fantastic. They're very, very well done. Ooh. Alright, so I'm going to start by attacking for 12. And we'll start gatewaying next turn. This guy playing the stock deck. The opponent might be playing one of the base mono white decks, yeah. Rawr. These are my dinos. They are large. I'll stand up for a bit. Sat in the car on the way down here. Taste the memes. My stupid desk would go up. Christy and I spent some time shopping this weekend. We went into IKEA for a little bit. I played with some of the standing desks they had there. I think I'm gonna get a new one when we move in, when I build out my office later this summer. Electronics in this one are messed up. Yeah, a couple of other streamers have been playing that deck a lot, dude. Like Gabby Sparts and Martin Yuza, for sure, have both been playing that archetype. And we played a little bit of it on stream as well. I don't know that it's done well in any tournaments, but a few content producers have been playing it. Do I play any games other than Magic? Does Pokemon Go count? Pokemon Go counts, right? I play that. In fact, part of our weekend, I think Christy and I spent like 2 or 3 hours in Woodfield Mall, just like playing Pokemon Go on Saturday. It was great. Drova of the Mighty. Oh, that's true. Yeah, Warhammer TCG is something that I've played a little bit of. It's one of the mobile card games that I like. You have an unopened gift for me from before 2019. It only lets me open 20 gifts a day, random guy. I definitely took a little bit of a break in there. I need to work through them eventually. I was like trying to split up who I was opening gifts from, but it cuts me off at 20 a day. Yeah, Dittos. Christy and I both have a Find a Ditto quest active. All right. Well, we don't have the gateway, but we do just have like 8 mana. All this droving. We have found the mighty, chat. We have found the mighty. Oh no. Man, we're gonna double Ghalta them next turn. It's gonna be great. How'll they ever beat 24 power worth of dinos? I like how Ghalta just goes from like costing 2 to costing 9. We lose one thing. Can't double Ghalta. Don't tell me how to live my life. How are we gonna... By tapping 4 mana. You double Ghalta by tapping 4 mana, chat. You're not the boss of me. You're not the boss of me now. You're not the boss of me now. Do 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 do. Listen, for a split moment in time while state-based actions are being checked, both Ghaltas are in play, okay? Both Ghaltas are in play for just a moment, okay? Now get back to work, Talkie Box Man, and dance for my Beso Bucks. Thanks for the 4 months, Dumping Truck. I appreciate the third of a year. Welcome back. Pay green, Ghalta gains vigilance, right? So, despite my incredibly quick exit from the tournament on Thursday. Hey, Jareth, thanks for the 2 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. They did invite me back to play again this week, so I think I'm going to do that. I don't know that I want to play a tournament every week, but while standard content's a little bit slow, it seems like a good excuse to do that. So, I think I'm going to play that again on Thursday. Hopefully win a match. Maybe. Also, it's really weird. The MPL members all did really well in the format where they were allowed to have sideboards and leverage their play skill. It was strange. Was anybody else surprised that the MPL players thrashed the rest of us? Deck ideas. I have no idea. I'll probably just play Team or Climb. To set a bar that's low, I'm going to play something that's better than the Jeskai deck. I cracked up when Brad won that tournament. That morning, Brad had asked in the group chat if he was allowed to drop after he was 0-3. It was just really funny that he ended up winning. Silly opponent. Tapped out for Karn. Let us get the gateway into play here. Yeah, but have some tracks of land. Street Kings, thanks for the 3 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Hope you're having a fantastic day. So, like, what are the odds? What are the odds they have Mortify here? 100%, 800%, 1000%. Listen, as someone who seeks to be honest and open at all times to people who are watching the stream, most of the decks we play on stream are bad, okay? I know many of them generate interesting games of Magic, and that's ultimately my goal in playing them here, is to generate fun and interesting games of Magic. But there's a reason why most of the decks that I'm playing on stream are not decks that you see other people streaming or doing well in major Magic tournaments. Just to call a spade a spade. Just to give a little truth in advertising here, if you would. Alright, so I want this to kill Karn, because there's a Kaya's Wrath under card. And this is gonna floop 7 things here. Alright, there we go, there we go. Dunzo. We're doing it! We're doing it! My Dinos deck, 1 F&M, yep. And by that, I mean, obviously we just won a game against Esper Control, so clearly this deck is one of the best decks in Standard. So, like, everybody calm down, but we might have broken it with Naya Dinos here. Confirmed tier 0. Locked. Hoagland locks in Thran Dinos for tournament. You heard it here first. Quicksilver Amulet is pretty good against counterspells. You're not wrong. To be fair, we probably won that game a little bit because of the surprise factor. Like, my opponent likely didn't know what we were doing, so they thought they were, like, tapping out for Karn and there wouldn't be a punish. And then, like, we slammed the Temporal Gateway and they were hugely punished. How did Pod Mom go? If you don't want your reality and your dreams about Pod Mom to be shattered, I would recommend skipping this afternoon's league that we played with it. I already have 2 ramp spells. Definitely just looking for more lands and more payoffs with this hand. Looking at the curve of this deck, I wonder if a Delta distribution qualifies as a curve in the MTG sense. Yeah, we played Modern Pop Bomb earlier. It was not pretty. The league from earlier removed Pod Mom from the short list of decks I'm considering playing when I play my next Modern tournament. It wasn't one bad league, it was the second bad league after a couple of middling leagues. Now, I think I think my favorite deck in Modern at the moment in terms of power level is definitely Hardened Scales. That deck, the Hardened Scales deck just consistently impresses the crap out of me. Just like, the number of times where I like draw my card for the turn and like start counting, I'm like, oh, they're dead, is just like super impressive. The Hardened Scales deck definitely falls into the camp of people play poorly against this because they're bad at looking at onboard tricks. There's nothing makes me feel smarter than like my opponent like looking at my board and just missing onboard lethal. Nice, Tom. don't think I want Lava Coil for their stupid thieves. I'm just gonna click submit. Honestly, if you play enough of a deck in Modern, you'll eventually find enough evidence to not play that deck. I mean, like, that's part of it, too, is definitely, like, the deck has enough matchups that are basically unwinnable that it's just, like, eh. And it's, like, its best nut straws just, like, don't make up for the number of unwinnables it feels like it has. That's what it comes down to, basically. Maybe I'm supposed to lead on Thunderherd there, because Thunderherd doesn't die, and if they, like, discard spell this, kill this, I get sad. Wow, they boarded in Duress against me. That's so super punishing. Woof. Wow. So if I'd have led on the Thunderherd there, I'd have gotten a Thunderherd plus Drover this turn. Innocent Smith, thank you for the 31 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. So this is not amazing against Mortify here, but I want to cast this while they don't have Absorb up. Because this will always resolve through an Absorb, whereas this would have needed... Wow! Woo, doggy! Alrighty, trigger. Esper Control and Miss Land drops, chat. Name a more iconic duo. Esper Control and Miss Land drops. And like that's another point too. Someone just commented in chat that like cast down is like pretty bad against what we're doing. And like the opponent only had cast down, but they also had Duress in their deck against us, which probably means their sideboarding was a little bit suspect. Confirmed best deck ever, one entire match. We should just drop from here, because things can only get worse from here, chat. Can't get out of plat, not sure what's going on. Games feel a bit different. So, this part of the standard season, things tend to become more solidified than they were in seasons past. So basically decks... people are less likely to be experimenting at this point on the ladder than in previous seasons, because at this point there's like less reward for experimenting, basically. Oh, you know, I should have played this, because next turn I could fart this plus cast this. Alright, I'll take it is. Yeah, maybe if you keep by, this is all I got. Alright, alright. So they get to double block here, but I get a trigger, so I think I'm okay with that. Lyra, sign me up. Our Dino does not fly, unfortunately. We ripped the Thran Temporal Gateway, though, so we're kind of doing okay. Lyra does not fly. She's just a playable magic card. Fireman, thank you for the 2 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me employed here. Wow, that's incredibly rude. Nothing to see here. Just no plays. Incredibly unlucky. It's a handful of uncastables. We're about to get Vraska's contempted, aren't we? So they can Plague Crafter this away with the Memorial, but if they Plague Crafter it away, I get to then hit them with the Sun's Avatar next turn, so I think that's a win for me. We'll see how lucky or unlucky we are with the Sun's Avatar. Trigger. Yikes. Alright, that at least insulates us from another Plague Crafter. Man, this is why the dinosaurs went extinct, chat. They can't even beat a rabid dog. Rabid dog's just like, yo, dog, hold on here. I gotcha. Was there a reason you didn't run out Druid anyways that last turn? Yeah, because it costs 2 and this costs 4 to activate, be rich. Okay, you have Gutter Bones. All right, this is lethal in the air here. Pretty sure I built this exact list and never won a match at FNM. Wow, what a tilt. What a tilt. I was supposed to have lethal in the air, chat. I was supposed to have lethal in the air, chat. Yikes. Yikes. Alright, well that bodes well for our hero. Huh. So I think I'm supposed to play Ripjaw Raptor here. Because they're going to get to priest me next turn. And, like, I want to hold on to the Incubation Druid. Because I want to be able to play that in the same turn where I can, like, play that and activate the Gateway. Like, I'm hoping they can't make me double sacrifice this turn, basically. Oh, they have Chupacabra. Okay. Oh, they don't have a way to play it out yet. That's good for me. That's a lot of memorials. The untapped land here is a very good draw for us. Because it means I can play this and flash something in. Sweet memes are made of these. Who am I to disagree? Travel the world and the 7 memes. Everybody's looking for something. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. I'm hoping Ghalta here is going to be better. Is it not better to get all Elte and Ghalta in play? Oh, I guess you're right. I could put this into play and then cast this. I don't know. I think this is better. Because, like, they're going to make me sacrifice something to this anyways. Oh, jeez. Holy gosh. That's a thing. Yep. Are they still dead to this? They're at 18. They block 4. They take 20. They're still dead, right? They're still dead. I believe this is lethal. Big dumb dinos. Bum 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 bum. Alright, alright. We did it. We did it. We did it. Hooray! Alright, Lyra doesn't seem particularly good here. Lava Coil seems excellent. I really want to kill their stuff. Is that Clarion matchup? It might not be a Clarion and Lava Coil matchup. I think it's just Lava Coil. Like, Priest is really annoying, but a lot of their other stuff is just bigger than this, right? Bindings to lock their things out of the graveyard. I think Binding's too slow. I think just 4 Lava Coils is enough. Like, I don't want to dilute my game plan too much. I want to just, like, make sure I have enough big fatties to put into play. This list would like some bacon. You're not wrong. And the pig flooping emote's going to get a lot of mileage starting next season. I'm excited. I'm excited for the possibilities the pig flooping emote brings with it. Why pig floop next season? What is the bacon god? There's a boar god, yep. You get to floop with the pig god. If you're not sure what we're referring to with reference to the pig god, you should go check out the spoilers. Scryfall and Mythic Spoiler, both good ones. Hey, Cookie Lord. Thanks for the 10 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. I did have a phenomenal weekend. It's good to be back, though. Me playing the Fandom Legends is something that's going to be happening every week, it looks like. So I'm going to be playing in their tournament again on Thursday this week, which should be fun again. And I am super, super ready to get into War of the Spark next week. What deck am I going to bring? I don't know. The deck lists aren't due until the night before, so... Not the one I played this past week. Probably something with Wild Growth Walker and the Explore package. Those have been my favorite decks to play this season. Yeah, Teamer climbs towards the top of my list. I could also see Growl aggro being good, though. I've liked the play patterns that produces, too. Alright. Remember that time I didn't board in Deafening Clarion? Pepperidge Farm remembers. Alright, well, I'm not dead on board. And then next turn I can play a land and play the Sun's Avatar. And then if we have a nut Sun's Avatar trigger, we might be able to survive. We're taking 8, 9, 10 this turn, down to 5. Oh no, it costs 8. Why does it cost 8, chat? Why does it cost 8? Am I dead? I am not dead on board. I am not dead on board. They can put me to 1. Oh. let's go. I-O, let's go. Do-do-do-do-do-do. 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 Beep, 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 beep. Do-do-do-do-do-do. 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 Do-do-do-do-do. I mean, we could kill them next turn. If they smash with everything, we could theoretically kill them in the backswing. Alright, so they're just cashing these in, trying to find something useful here, huh? I think I'm going to take this trade. Am I supposed to eat both of these? So this lets us both draw a card. DMS, thanks for the 15 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. And Critfall, checking in for the 3rd month. Welcome back, folks. You're having a fantastic start to your week. I feel like my health total is low enough that I have to just let them draw with both. I think my health total is low enough that I have to let them draw 2 here. Laughing Skull, thank you for the 3 months. I appreciate the quarter of a year. Welcome back. Olarox, thank you for the 16 months. I appreciate it. Welcome, welcome, welcome back. Yeah, Memorial is really scary here. What happens if I attack with everything? If I attack with everything, they chump here. And then this is 19, so they only have to block 1. I think I just attack with this. Yeah, I can't go long here. I definitely agree with that assessment. I think I only attack with this. Because if I attack with all of these, I die on the backswing pretty handily, especially with this priest in play. I might die on the backswing regardless. I like block 1, 2, 3. No, I'm not dead on the backswing currently. All right, I'm just gonna attack with this one. We might see a double block here with the 4-4 and the 3-2. We could hit a dino, and be excellent. All right, this gives us 2 shots at hitting a dino. Trigger. How lucky are we? Really lucky is the answer. Do. They do get their guy back that gains them a bunch of life here. Really, they're getting another priest. I wonder if they already have a card in the 4-4 in their hand. Okay, Chupacabra's hungry, got it. He is a hungry boy. The hungriest of boys, if you would. Wonder if we'll see them priest sack the gutter bones with the Chupacabra. That is a large Molder Hulk. I think we might be dead, chat. And I think upon further reflection, I might actually want Deafening Clarion in this matchup. I think there's a chance we want Clarion in this matchup. Clarion, my wayward son. There'll be peace when... Did we miss lethal with midnight triggers? I don't know. Count it. Did I miss lethal? I counted and didn't get to lethal. If I messed up, please show your work. Yeah, we play Modern to start every day, Johnny. We played Vanafear Chord. You can always find the deck that we play in the deck queue on my website. I counted 19 before blocks, and then their blocks represented... Yeah, that's a good one. And then their blocks represented... what's the word I'm searching for? Their blocks represented more than one toughness, which meant it wasn't lethal. Alright, let's get that right on out of there and pass the turn back here. Am I dead yet? Am I dead yet? Yep. I am in fact dead. Got it? Insert pithy Twitch statement here. Mr. Streamer Man. What's going on, Johnny Popeye? Thanks for the quarter of a year. Welcome back. Yeah, I think I want these Clarions. After seeing how their deck played out there. Stingy, thank you for the 6 months. Welcome back. Yeah, I was gonna bring in 2. Let's just do 2. When in doubt, coward split, right? It's like, maybe I want this. Morning, Jonah. That's true. If I do have fatties in play, the Clarion gets better. Although it's awkward with things like Drover the Mighty, for sure. It seems pretty good overall, though. What's the advice on how many of your sideboard cards to add? Well, you want to take out the bad cards and bring in the good ones, is the generic advice. Croaker, thanks for the 4 months. Hope you're having a fantastic Monday and good start to your week. Burpsy, thanks for the 2 months. The non-sarcastic, non-generic answer to how to your sideboard is it's a very nuanced discussion, and there aren't really cut and dry rules for always do this, never do this. It's one of the things that adds such an incredible amount of depth and strategy to Magic. How do I know if I want 2 Clarion or just 3? There isn't hard and fast rules for that, Sizzle. One of the things that makes Magic so complicated. Tide Crims, thanks for the 4-month resub. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Rude. Chupacabras eating dinosaurs is such a huge flavor fail. It's just like, well, shoot. Alright, I've got 7 mana, hoping to rip an untapped land next turn so we can jam the Sun's Avatar down their throat. JK, LOL. Alright, let's take out the trash here. And this Deafening Clarion is a 3-for-1 on the surface, but each of these things drew a card when they died, and their Chupacabras each killed one of my creatures. So even though I spent 1 card to take their 3 cards off the table, in a card-to-card comparison there, I actually end up behind. Land, please. Land, please. As far as, non-land draws go there, Lava Coil was towards the top. The Fairy Podmother had a fast and brutal set of matches this morning, or as I like to call it, played modern. Alright, how lucky are we? Spin the wheel. Survey says. Because they're getting a Chupacabra back here, so I need to be pretty lucky. Oh! Yahtzee! Remember, chat, if you have to choose between being lucky and being good, always choose lucky. Magic the Gathering is a game of skill. I like could do the math here, but I feel like that's not my job as the person attacking. This attack might be lethal, it might not, but thankfully it is not currently my job to figure that out. What would you say is the best math is for blockers deck? Green black elves. That deck's great. I think they're going to 2, and I'm drawing 2 cards. So they lose their board, I keep these, I draw 2 cards. Yeah, I think we came out ahead there. We think we came out ahead there. I like when we have a contender for the deck of the day early on. I like when it's just like first deck we've played for the day and it's just like, yeah, this could be the deck of the day. Solid Magic the Gathering all around. Have you played green-black elves with Growth Chamber Guardian? I've not. I don't think Growth Chamber Guardian solves any problems that green-black elves has. Look at that. All the way up to 3 wins. Let's do it. Can we spin the wheel and win one more time? Spin to win. For those of you that are watching me play this deck and you're considering playing it at home, I would encourage you to do it at your own risk. Consider the fact, are you as lucky as I am when it comes to hitting dinosaurs with your 7/6? If you're not, this might not be the deck for you, but if you're a high-rolling lucker, this is a great choice to play. Great choice to play if you're lucky. Lucas Dragon, checking in for the 5th month. Do you take requests for 2 consecutive timeouts? If you remind us when you come back, we can definitely hit you again. Thank you for the 5 months. I really appreciate it. Welcome, welcome. Whoop. Not doing the ladder. No, this deck's a full-on meme, so I'm not playing it on the ladder. A clue of what you'll do with your wild cards. Well, you spend wild cards crafting cards that you want to play with. No, I'm super unlucky. I'm actually one of the best Magic players. I just always lose because my opponents draw better. Man, has there ever been a statement in chat that's resembled Reddit more than that? That's such a good, that's such a good one. Wow. Wow. Way to outclass my dinos. Way to give my dinos an inferiority complex. What they name with territory? That's a good question. They named Elf. Alright. Let's draw some legends, shall we? Yikes! Speaking of legends, all right. Well, I'm gonna chump block here because it draws me a card. All right. All right. We're cooking with gas here. We're cooking with gas. So you're saying there's a chance. That's all I really need, chat. Take a chance on me. Do-do-do-do-do. All right. All right. Now they attack with everything. We flash in Big Dumb Dino here. All right. I think I have this eat here, have this eat here. I take 15. Why doesn't Keyword Soup have lifelink? Asking the real questions. I feel a touch cheated. Afternoon, Rycat. Happy Monday. My dinos are bigger than dumber than your dinos, opponent. Come at me. Come at me. Day MGG. 2 more and it's a jackpot. Thank you for the 7-month resub day. I appreciate it. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. This dino's so good. How does Indestructible interact with Trample? If I block the 12/12 Trampler with just this, they can deal 4 in trample damage. They have to assign what would be lethal damage to my 4/8. Dale, thanks for the 3 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Hope you're having a phenomenal start to your week. I hope my subscription makes you significantly less Twitch pregnant than Day M. Thank you for the 7 months, Squid Squad. Hope you're having a fantastic start to your week. Yeah, I need to turn the emotes off. So, something that people may or may not know is that I stream from a Linux computer. And while Arena runs perfectly through Wine, the updater for Arena does not work through the Wine tool, which means every time there's an Arena update, I have to reinstall. And when I reinstall, it forgets my settings. So I need to click through my settings really quick. Thanks for playing all the decks so I don't have to. Well, thank you for the very generous Tier 2 resub, Vanega. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for the 4 months. Remember, Tier 2s get to bump something in the queue every month, so feel free to let me know what you'd like to bump up with that. All right, I think Lyra's good here. She just, like, blocks reasonably. I think she's actually better than Regisaur. Zacama's probably a little clunky. I'm going to trim 1 piece of ramp here. Seems fine. I definitely just want these, I think. Why do I prefer Linux? Because it allows me to customize my computer to use my workflow in the way that I prefer to have my workflow exist on my computer. There's little things that most Linux Windows managers and desktop environments do that Windows just doesn't allow you to do, that I've gotten used to over the last decade and a half. 3rd migration. I think I'm actually going to bottom that one, because I want to just, like, draw some lands naturally at some point. And draw, like, 4 and 5 mana spells would be good, too, so I can, like, do something before 8 mana. For Death Touch, they have to assign 1 or 8. They only have to assign 1, because 1 would be theoretically lethal. Maximum meme capacity. We've had some good sets with it so far. It's definitely been a wonderful set of games. Torcat, thank you for the 3/4 of a year. Welcome, welcome, welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Yikes. Yikes. Top 8 of my first qualifier this past Saturday. Thanks for the informative and great content. Well, thank you for the bits, Nathan. Congrats on your top 8. I think we're dead, chat. I think we have to draw, like, Lyra this turn, and even then the Departed deckhand might push through lethal. Radagast, thank you for the 12 months of support. Have a sword to go with your shield. Thanks for keeping me around. Solera, thanks for the 4 months. Welcome, welcome, welcome back. It's always interesting to see, usually after I take a short break, there's a pile of resubs, because, like, you know, I think that 3-day break, or like the 3.5-day break that I took there, I think that's the longest break I've taken since the beginning of January. And like 300 sub points rolled off over the weekend, so it'll be interesting to see how many pile back in. Terminator, thanks for shipping your Prime this way again. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. The sand is excellent. Obviously, it needs to draw a third land, but if it does, it's very, very good. How do you hear about dumping dinos in the graveyard and bringing them back with Conchive Connacht? We've actually tried that. It's okay. You can find the results of us doing it on my YouTube channel. Esper Reanimator, I think. So serious. Thanks for the Prime support. Thanks for shipping your Bezo bucks this way. No box. I would like a land so that way we can go. If we hit a land. Oh, that's tapped. Tilt. Tilt. Oh, wait. No, it's not. Because I could do this, reveal Ripjaw, get a forest, and then play this untapped, right? Sweet. Are they thinking about spell piercing me? They might be thinking about spell piercing me here. Wow, they brought in spell pierce against my creature ramp deck. That's wild. We had someone bring in duress against us earlier, too. I guess get paid off. Yep. Do you have a Ghalta of your own, opponent? Smells like Ghalta. Can't block here just yet because I need to drop my own Ghalta next turn. Joe Hef, thank you for the 3 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Woof. Thanks. Tough end there. Tough end. Exclusion Mage is pretty good. I think Gabby Sparks was playing a couple of those in her sideboard. Pretty good run with the Naya Dinos deck overall. Especially with, like, we went into that set talking about how this wasn't a competitive deck and it was just a meme. So hitting the 3-2 is fine. I don't think I have any changes that I would like to make to this deck. I think all things considered, this is about as competitive as this is possibly going to get. The new Pig God from the next set is going to be sweet to slide right into this meme because we got a bunch of really giant dinos that we'd love to slip into play with that Pig God. So that'll be fun to try next season. Which next season is starting as early as next week. If you're someone who's one of my regulars, my schedule's been slowed down a little bit for the last couple weeks. We'll be kicking things back into gear next week. The new set releases on Thursday the 25th on Arena, 10 days from today. And I'm planning to do 10 hours that Thursday and then 9 that Friday and Saturday. So once the full set is spoiled, I'll start taking donation deck submissions for the new format. And if you have a build-around submission for cards that have already been spoiled, those are open now. This deck is beautiful. It's beautiful. Do-do-do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Poor Hinterland Harbor. Nobody loves you. Hinterland Harbor and Basic Forest. They're going to spend a lot of time in the ugly corner for the next hour and a half.